single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey good friends, good buddies, how are you all doing? It's Paul here from All About Motorbikes. Just coming at you with another video, and really it's just me going out to Northallerton to a camera shop to buy some gear. So I thought I'll do a little vlog while I'm on the way there and back. I might bring in some scenery views and stuff like that, and you know, talk about things in general. Well, you know, I've got to take it steady, and the other reason why I'm taking it steady is because I've just filled up, and although my fuel gauge said it was on empty, now I do know that this bike is has a 20 litre tank. Go on Pigeon, you're alright. And I've just put in 14 litres from empty, what it says on the fuel gauge. So I do know that then there was another 6 litres in there, and I'd reached a total of 180 miles. So what I've also done is put some Red X in the tank and filled it right up again and set the 0 on the trip clock, and I'm going to run this till it struggles and see how many miles I do get out of this tank. I'm not going to go fast, I'm not going to go slow either. I'm just going to ride as I normally do and enjoy myself and see what I do get out of this bike, because I'll be interested to know. So we're just leaving the village of Skelton and making our way now, heading towards Gisborough, which used to be the ancient capital of Cleveland. I mean, the scenery from here is actually pretty blooming damn good, and this is like a few hundred yards from where I live. And this is another reason why I do love living in North Yorkshire. It has so much to offer, but so much is nearby as well, so much is on your doorstep. We have big towns like Redcar and Middlesbrough. You know, you're 60 mile away really, 60 plus mile from Newcastle. You know, you've got Saltburn by the Sea, which has real links to everywhere. Yeah, it's not looking too grand over this neck of the woods. West isn't the best. East has the least. But this could just be round here, hopefully. This, folks, is the road into Gisborough, and coming up on our right hand side is the residence of Lord Gisborough. Well, he actually lives to the side of Gisborough Hall, but this is Gisborough Hall. He still owns it, but it's a hotel cum restaurant now. To our left up here we have Gisborough Woods leading out onto the North Yorkshire moors, and it's certainly been decimated by the Forestry Commission, but that's to be expected. It's a working forest. That used to be the Gatekeeper's Lodge. I love them old signs. Some of these trees as well are absolutely ancient and beautiful. That road up to our right leads up to the infamous Gisborough Priory, which only part of it still stands now. Rather than going through the outskirts of Gisborough, I'll take you through to the Gisborough market town itself. Why not? That's that pub there with smashed windows. It's looking a bit worse for wear. And this is Drunks, isn't it? The old town hall is a little bit worse for wear as well. Looks like Ardesta. Stone Manor, that used to be the old Gisborough Library, that place. Oh, and the registry office, should I say. Not the old Gisborough Library at all. The ship's still on the go, seems to be. It was a Moorcock Hotel. It was turned into a nightclub by a local entrepreneur, Paul Rafiq, who used to have Sharkies. I'm going to turn left up here, Stokesley Road. See how nice these houses are up here. Millionaires Row we used to always call this. Look at that one up there. They were huge houses. So to our left we have Rosebery Topping, an infamous landmark on in Teesside. It is on the North Yorkshire Moors, where it can be seen from all over Teesside. Surprising how far you can see that from. We'll have a ride through Great Ayton so you can see what Great Ayton's all about. And this is exactly where I'm talking about with this bike, because I'm in 6th gear still and this will just cruise along without struggling. It's got that much torque and it's such a user-friendly bike. I have no doubts that this bike will last for a very long time and is more than enough. Really reliable. Very reliable, these bikes. This is why you see so many about at this age still on the road, because they're good. This road that you can go, you go around here and you turn left, that takes you up to Captain Cook's monument. But this is Great Ayton, folks, and this is the birthplace, or not, should I say the birthplace? Captain Cook went to school here. That's really what I know for sure. But yes, Captain Cook went to school here. And there's a little museum actually dedicated to Captain Cook. And I believe, yeah, Captain Cook Schoolroom Museum, definitely went to school, yes, so he went to school up there. Suggart's, famous Suggart's for the ice cream. They live there. So we're 15 miles out now from the petrol station, and I'm hoping beyond all hope that I can get 200 miles out of this tank. Now if I can get 200 miles out of this baby, then I've got to say, lads and lasses, I'm loving this, because that makes like £15 for 200 miles, and that's a lot of distance to cover for a little amount of money. So this, folks, is the village of Swainby. Now I do believe we have to turn right over a bridge, but I think you can turn here, or there is a bridge further on if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to go a little bit further on. I could be wrong here, folks. Nice little pub, traditional pub served at the Black Horse. Don't tell me that's the but no, I can see ahead there is another bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up here, and I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to put my other camera on, and I'll incorporate what a nice church there. I love these little bridges here. Church that's hidden there, but it's got a lovely, lovely steeple, a lovely spire. Nice sandstone arched bridge. Yes, it's a beautiful wow, that's gorgeous. I love architecture. There's me baby, the gaffer. Right, let's get this camera put on and then we'll make a move. Thank you. Swainby Village Stores. Looks like that's shut down, bless it. Typical North Yorkshire pubs, village should I say. Typical English village. Unsuitable for buses and coaches, so I take it we're going to see some decent little hill climbs up here. But this is what I mean, this is all good training for me, because I'll be doing the North Coast 500, and I'm sure up in the Highlands of Scotland that we'll be travelling on roads a lot narrower than this, and with a lot more twisties and stuff like that. So this is all good training, and we do have some good roads around here. So, you know, why go the boring motorway, the A19, where everyone's just want to do 1,000 miles an hour, and when you can just come this beautiful road here. Oh, they've even resurfaced it, properly resurfaced it, may I add, not with that bloody flashy stuff what they throw down loads of gravel over tar. This is proper tarmac and proper grippy stuff, I may add. I've never travelled this road for donkey's years. I mean, I must have been probably late 20s, very early 30s, and believe it or not, folks, I know this is hard to believe, but in 2 weeks' time I'm 50 years old. I've been on this planet half a century. Look at this road. So as I say, I've got it in 5th gear, and you can tell that she's not straining, struggling or anything, and we're not doing it, we're doing 25 miles an hour, and this is just coursing up. They're an absolute fantastic bike, and we've got a hairpin bend here, so we'll just move out wide. This is what we have to get used to, Graham. So I dropped it down to 2nd gear, and just a nice come out wide and swing it in. 2nd gear has no issues whatsoever of getting up this road. Bikes, well, I tell you what I can say, they are more than reliable. They are some of the best made bikes ever. The engine is second to none. It's got a hell of a bloody good following, and it's so reliable. It's one of Suzuki's best engines. So here we are now, we're actually out on the moors, and rather windy still, but it's not an issue. And further ahead, what we're going to be coming up to is Osmotherley Reservoir, and these are the kind of roads that me and Graham are going to be seeing. This is exactly why I came this way, because I wanted to show him as well, and he travels these all the time on his little Woodster. That little bike is a fantastic little bike of his, but this is what we'll be coming up against. Some outstanding beauty, and there's no need to rush. Well, this is exactly why it'll take a good while to do the amount of miles each day, but the beauty about our trip is we'll be able to take in all of the scenery at the rate we're going. We'll be able to have some great times, some great photo opportunities, and we'll also we won't be that tired either, because you get tired when you're ramming it around bends and that. Look at this countryside here. I've actually swam in this reservoir years ago, and I saved a young lady's life who jumped off the tower. Well, I think these roads are even wider than the ones in Scotland, if I'm not mistaken. tower that that young lass jumped off, if I remember rightly. Will I get a glimpse here? Yes, you can't do that now. Osmotherley Reservoir looks a little bit low, actually. It does. So it wouldn't be that deep anyway now. Right, onwards we go. Let's make our way to Northallerton. Let's see what we've got. I've passed this biker once. I must be, oh dear, best get ahead. To our left we have a lovely little forest. It's definitely been going hammer and tongue with the rain down this way, hasn't it? I don't mind this bike getting wet either. It'll get a lot more than that when we go to Scotland. The wife's ordered me some waterproofs, bless her, for my birthday. In the village of Osmotherley now. There's a caravan park down there, I believe. I've had a meal in a pub here a long time ago. Not mistaken, we go right here. The village of Osmotherley. I think I have a chippy there as well. The Queen Catherine pub. That's the pub I've had a meal in. 1786, that shop. Dear me, this is an old village, isn't it? Northallerton, 6 mile, and up in the sky is blue. So a little village of Ellerbeck here, coming up. It's a 40-mile-an-hour village. As you can see, it's got a main road travelling through it. It's not so big of a village, to be fair, if I'm honest. It has a few houses. I don't even think it has a shop, has it? A couple of farms, a couple of houses. Nothing to write home about. Pretty much out the way. And look at that for a wide open expanse of land. There's a lot of flatness there. Oh dear me. You've got to, when you get windy days like this, especially reaching the autumnal time of the year, you've got a lot of deadfall falling from the trees. I mean, I've had a few knocks off twigs and all sorts as I've been out today. Oh, here we go, another bumpy bloody road. But this has changed since the last time I came this way. Look at all this now, it was just fields. So here we have the village of Northallerton. I'm just coming into it now. I'm heading into the town centre. There's a little shop there I like going in. I bought a couple of things camera equipment wise from there, and they're relatively cheap as well. And I'm going to turn right here, and straight ahead of us is the actual town centre of Northallerton. Northallerton, however you want to say it. Just finding a place to put the bike. Generally don't have that much trouble, to be honest with you. So, I think it could be one of them.